Hello and welcome again to another quick scenario and demonstration of HP ArcSight Logger 6.0 and a use case. In this particular use case, we're going to talk about what we consider to be a good example of what we call an application development use case. So again, let me log into the system to have a look at some of the options and capabilities that we can provide as part of this. So there's actually a huge amount that we can do, and it's often missed that there are a whole set of functionality and features that we can use to address some of the requirements that can assist in an application development environment, and how we can display and show some of the log data accordingly across systems and applications. So we're collecting some log data from our various systems. We could just quickly go to our search capability, and we can just run a search for RAA. Now that's going to display a whole bunch of logs. In fact, actually we can see this 3,800 to be precise, and it's actually from the Ruby application archive capability. We can see there's a whole lot of information there, lots and lots of data accordingly, and that's really useful. But there's all the fields here displayed, and what we actually have is we have a functionality called field set, so we can just display the fields that are relevant to what we're interested in. So we have some field sets set up for showing this with regards to our particular use case here. So it drastically reduces the fields that we have for view. In fact, actually in this case we only have these ones for view. There's no scroll bar that's displayed here, so we can see there's a whole set of data. The important thing here is actually it should be noted that we've got not only a very long fields for some of the data here, in fact the actual message itself, but they are actually multi-line supported as well. So this is data that would have come in on a multi-line log, and we can read and process that, store that accordingly, and have very long line information as part of the field as well. So it's worth noting that as a relevant information here as well. Of course, what the system is doing as I'm running over the mouse, it's actually picking out keywords and information, so I could actually just click and drill down and see what that is and see what the relevance is. So in this case we've actually got 5,000 events here. But what I'm actually interested in is just as a very quick scenario, I'm interested in all the errors that I'm receiving within my application itself. So actually if I just click the error link option there, it actually automatically populates the search for me now. So I got the RRA and now and device severity, and now it actually contains the error information, and now we can see a lot more detail around the actual error messages and what's occurring as well. So that's actually very useful and relevant information to have. But of course, wouldn't it be really quite useful to understand a little bit more around what's actually going on? So we've actually got some defined what we call filters and searches to look at some of this data, and actually got one called demo Appdev here. So we just click load and then do the go for that one. So again, we're just looking for RAA. We're passing that to the top chart capabilities. We're doing the top informations there, and then we're just doing it by the severity. So we can now see that most of our information is logs, is info. Then we can see some errors. In fact, actually we see 404 there as well, so we can actually click and drill down and see further information around that. Of course, what we could do is we can actually export some of this data as well. So we can export the actual log data itself there that goes with that, or actually we could even just look at changing some of how we want to chart it, and even from there actually exporting the chart itself to show some overall statistics of what's actually going on and so on, and save some of that data. So as I said, very quick scenario and run through some of the key capabilities and functionalities that you would look to consider when using something like HP ArcSight Logger 6.0 with a application use case of how we could address things like multi-line logs, display those, and how we can manipulate searching accordingly. So with that, thank you very much for your time.